stinks. Hey everybody on YouTube, this is Super Nintendo and welcome back to another episode of Oddworld, Abes Exoddus. In the last episode, we walked across the desert to Necrum mines at the request of the three weirdos. Yes, that is actually what they are called. And we found out that Soulstorm Brew is made from the bones of our ancestors. And we killed a man. This time, we are going to go and save more of our brothers. And we also... we can't get up there. So, one thing that I want to get into is anytime you see these bottles of Soulstorm Brew, it means there is a secret. So, if we come down here, I'm sure there's probably a few bottles of Soulstorm Brew that I did not know about in the first area, but we are going to get these guys and get them through this portal. Whee! Okay, so we are in Area 2, which means I think we did lose 3 of them in the last area. No matter, if there is any mudokon areas that I don't know about, I will have a bonus episode of sorts that will kind of shed some light on where they are being hidden. Whee! Press the X button so that we can do that. So as you can see, there are some bottles of Soulstorm over there, which means there is a secret. So jumping down here will allow us to go through there. By walking over here, which seems like a really dumb idea, we can trick these guys into coming past here. And one thing I really like about these older Oddworld games is that the Sligs are not brain dead stupid like they are in the later games. In the later games, they pretty much do not care if one of their own is possessed right in front of them. Here, in the original Odyssey and Exoddus, when one of them is being possessed, they will shoot to kill the other one, basically preventing them from taking over. So, you know, kind of a smart thing. Although they can't go through doors, which makes me question how this asshole got over here, but I guess that doesn't matter since we just killed him dead. Hello. Follow me. This is one of my favorite things. It's a little bit of comedy, but I really like that they allowed that in the game. To kind of compare with Soulstorm, the reimagining, remake, whatever you want to call it, of Oddworld Abes Exoddus, the game is... like, that game doesn't have a fart button, which you would think would be just kind of a small thing, but it really isn't, because, like, the fart button, to me, is pretty essential to this franchise. Namely, like, the fart button, like, in the first game, there are all kinds of, like, little puzzles and, like, Simon Says things with the minigame. And you can see that that guy is shooting because we are in an area that we are not supposed to be. Something is up, so he is going to shoot us. But, back to the point, is that the fart button is pretty darn essential for this franchise. Because, like, in the first game, there were those little, Simon Says, farting minigames and whatnot. And in this one, I'm not going to spoil it, but there is some very important thing that comes from farting. And it is really kind of a shame that that mechanic is not in Soulstorm. But back up here, to Fleecoid Depot. Your Mudokon friends are sick from brew. You must complete the quests from the Mudokon spirits to heal them. Return here after you've completed the Mudachi and Mudomo vaults. Like, Soulstorm has a pretty good story overall, but the gameplay is just terrible. The game is so freaking glitchy. Like, not even joking about that. Like, the game is so freaking glitchy. It is just... I'm not gonna say it's borderline unplayable, but it's so frustrating because a lot of stuff that has been just a thing since this game in particular is just absent from Soulstorm, and it really feels like going very backwards from this franchise. It really just kind of feels like the people working on it forgot everything that made Oddworld so great that I don't know how to put it. It just feels very backward from how this franchise has been, like, how it's just been for the longest time. Up there is a new enemy, the Sloggies. They are basically puppies of the Slogs, which were the bigger enemies that we saw before. And they are pretty much like the dogs of this franchise, which is kind of cool. Welcome to Tunnel 3. Here we get into sort of a new mechanic. Well, not new mechanic, it was in the first game as well, but here we have a inventory of throwing items. Something that, for whatever reason, Oddworld inhabitants seems to think is brand new for Soulstorm. Because, like, in Oddworld Soulstorm, you have, like, a bigger inventory to, like, carry stuff around. But, for whatever reason, Oddworld inhabitants seems to think that, that having a inventory is brand new for the franchise, and I just don't understand that, because it was in the first game. You had an inventory, you had, like, items you could throw, items you could use, items that you could use at any point, as long as you didn't go past, like, a certain area that was actually loading, like, a brand new area. It was more or less the same. Anyway, here we are dealing with our first batch of blind mudokons. As we saw before, they basically... they are blind. They don't know what stuff is, so you need to preemptively do stuff for them like a second before, because they walk fast. They jump good. Let's get these guys over here. There we go, we got all three of these guys, but there is something more. So if we take all these guys over here, there is a second secret inside this secret. I don't know how these guys seem to know where to stop for these little working sections, but you know, kind of glad that they do. It stops a additional level of frustration, but there are 4 more blind mudokons up here that we can save as a result. Follow me. But those birds basically like fly away as a result. So we need to come back up here in order to get them to come back. And there you go. Whee! It's fun hurting Abe. So since we have 3 more rocks, I figured, or 2 more, I figure I should talk a little bit about the mines. Where that fire trail goes is the area of effect. If you are where that fire trail is, you will be killed by the mines. So you want to stay clear away from them. Otherwise, you are going to die a most explosive death. And here we have a bone drill. In order to get past here, we need to blow up these mines without being hurt, without getting in the way of that drill. And again, we need to stay a certain distance away, otherwise we will, you know, be hurt. We will die. In this game, there is no hit points. If you get hit once, you die. Like that. First death of the project, damn. I'm gonna keep a death tally. See how that. And because I forgot to do a quick save, we are all the way back here. So I'll see you guys when we are back where we were. A good thing to keep in mind is that the rocks do bounce a little bit before they fall off the platform, so, you know, it is a good thing to remember. I often think that they will just fall off the platform after you have thrown them just a little far, but, yeah. Alright, let's hide back here. I was actually afraid I wasn't far enough for a second. And we still have 8. We still have 8 things. And there we go. The mine is stopped. So I basically each of the cardinal directions that you press when you're throwing the rocks will determine just like how far you throw it, unless you are crouched. That is a very good thing to keep in mind because I honestly didn't think that was gonna work. This is a very good thing to keep in mind because, you know, if you are throwing things, you don't want it to go too far or not far enough. Rubber. Crap. Hiya. I don't know what dictates the bombs, like, going off. I don't know what dictates the bombs, like, going a certain... Like, what dictates the bombs, like, blowing each other up. Oh, come on. There we go. And I want more rocks. Blind Mudokon Zone. So if you did not find that secret full of blind mudokons, this was going to be the section that would teach you about how blind mudokons function. Like, this is the first time you would actually be dealing with them. So these are some pretty simple puzzles. Well, I say puzzles. I don't know if I would say that these are puzzles, but this is Area 4. Tunnel number 4. Keep in mind that there is a slow kind of delay to all of your actions in this game. So you need to time stuff very, very, very good in order to get stuff to function. In order to, like, live in this game. Okay, I didn't know if that was gonna continue to go.
Hi, you will follow me. Okay.
And blind mudokons do not run with you, so with blind mudokons, best to just walk with them. That way you're not, you know, just waiting forever for them to catch up. I don't know why they don't run with you, considering they would likely hear you running, and they can obviously tell that, like, the bird portals are kind of a thing, so, you know. But since we are here in Area 5, I think we will save this for next time. Next time on Oddworld Abes Exoddus, we continue through Area 5 of Necrum Mines. See you guys then.
A 70-centimeter square window.
The skies a bit clearer today. The rain has passed me by. I went and opened up the window again. I can't remember why. The sighs that I kept pinned to the walls have flown out of the room. Soon I'll find my way to you.
I have